Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Brigham Athletic Complex. I'm Christy DeRicco alongside.
Jose Matias.
We're here tonight to bring you your first conference game of the men's New England Conference season. We have Gordon College Fighting Scots versus the Suffolk Rams. Doubleheader today. We had the women's game earlier, and now we get to watch the men play.
Yeah, very exciting night. We got a temperature of 61 degrees here at the Brigham Athletic Complex. A bit cold, a bit rainy. It's been a rainy day here in Wenham.
Slick out there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very exciting, very energetic game because both teams are coming here for the first conference game. It's going to be exciting. Today for starting lineups, first for the Rams, we got on goal number 1, Nathan Harlow, number 6, Tommy Hendelman, number 7, Taj Jansen, number 10, Damon Smargan, number 11, TJ Maslek, number 12, Ricardo Feliciani, number 13, Jack Phelps, number 20, Ford Lee, number 21, Diego Pierzatoni, number 26, Matthew Bellarudo, and number 29, Luke Blond. And now for your Gordon College Fighting Scots, we got number 4, Adrian Chang, number 6, Luke Lindas, number 7, Gilbert Daru, number 8, Will Goodling, number 9, Cortez Cardone, number 10, Noah Martin, number 15, Alex Diaz, number 19, Moises Montaño, number 20, Cole Levis, number 23, Benny Simpson, and on goal, number 0, Isaiah Diaz. Electric starting lineup, Christy.
Very similar to the starting lineup that we had against Framingham State this past Tuesday, I believe.
Tuesday.
Game on the quad. For anybody who tuned in, it was a great game. Ended up having a 4-2 win over Framingham State.
Montaño's hat trick.
3 goals. Yeah, 3 goals by Moises Montaño. He had first hat trick of the season. He had 2 goals earlier in the season on their first win. So we're excited to see if he whips out a few more today for a win against Suffolk.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing up top. I don't know if it's going to be as a striker position, but he's definitely going to be the last man on the offense. So we're excited to see what he does up there today.
Yeah, and we have in the back line again, we have Luke Lindos as the center back, Adrian Chang and Noah Martin on those outside center backs, which is a new position for Noah Martin. And Luke Lindos as well only started playing in the back line towards the end of last season, I believe.
Yeah, he was more as when
there were some injuries.
Yeah.
He had moved from the front line then to the back. And so definitely a new front line. They did a great job in their first game together as a back line on Tuesday. It definitely was a different game than it will be tonight, I think. For anybody who watched Tuesday's game, it was on grass. It was pretty slow just because grass is much harder to play the speed of play that you know you can when it's midweek, you're on a grass field. And I think, especially today with the rain, this ball is going to go very fast. It's going to stay pretty slick, and so we're going to see a totally different game than we did against Framingham State on Tuesday.
Yeah, you know both teams have been ready for this. Both teams practicing, both teams getting ready with the rain and the turf. It's going to be interesting to see the speed of the ball, how the players adapt to it, how the players react to how the ball is getting to them. So definitely is going to be a determining factor in today's game, but we'll see how the players use that in their advantage.
Yeah, and I do think, too, for Gordon, I think their speed is a big advantage, especially in the back line. We have Luke Lindos' great speed in the back. We have Will Goodling's quick. We have Gilbert Daru. We have a whole bunch of midfielders that are really quick as well. And that wasn't something that we really got to utilize because the ball was moving so slow on Tuesday. And so I'm excited to see if the speed of play and kind of just the athleticism can work together today to create a few chances.
Hopefully a lot of verticality today from the Scots, able to bring the ball to the last third of the field. And I think that 3 minutes into this game, Christy, it's fair to take a quick moment here to do score predictions.
Oh gosh, here's the thing about conference is that if it was an out-of-conference game and we were playing each other, it's often more predictable, right? In conference, especially in the Conference of New England, I really feel like anything can happen. Any team can be on top depending on the day. I mean, we've seen years where Suffolk's been like number 1, number 2 seed. I mean, they only joined the conference 3 years ago in the 2021 season. And for the men's team, they were right at the top of the conference in the 2021 season and the 2022 season, I think. At least one of those years, I know they were ranked 2nd overall in the conference going into playoffs. And so we've seen them do really well, but we've also seen Gordon be ranked at the top of their conference, and we've seen many other schools as well. And so it really does just depend on the week. And so to I don't know. I don't even know if I could predict a score. What do you think? Sorry, that was a little bit on a ramble, but I do just think that it's really good competition all throughout the CCC. And on any day, if a team's off, they might be in first overall and they might have an off day and go down to number 5, and a team might kind of be having an on day and they could beat the number 1 team. I think anybody could take down anybody in the conference.
Well, I'm gonna say 3-1. 3-1, of course. Rooting for the Scots. I think they can keep this win home. Yeah. I'm saying that one, not because I don't trust the Scots defense, but because the Rams are a team that's coming here with a record of 3-2-2. They score 16 goals, which is already a good amount.
Yeah.
I'd say a fair amount of goals. And the Scots they've been solidifying the defense still. And I know that, like you said, in conference, anything could happen. But I think that the Rams are still a strong team, that they might have chances to capitalize, and I don't think that they're going to be as forgiving as other teams might have been or could be.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say 3-1 for Gordon.
Gordon has also, they've only had one shutout this season in a 0-0 game against Eastern University.
Yeah.
That was the only game that they didn't concede any goals. And so I think it is fair to say, especially in a conference competition, normally there's at least a few moments where there's let up, and especially with the competition, I could definitely see it being a tight game, and Suffolk and Gordon both getting a few goals in on each other.
Yeah. Now the Scots have the ball on a free kick here. Look, Linda's playing it long on the top part of the field, trying to find Alex Diaz. No one to receive that ball. It's going to be Benny Simpson leaving it for Noah Martin in shape of a throw-in. And we see some light rain starting to come down here at the Brigham Athletic Complex. We'll see how the players adapt to this situation. Daru with the ball, playing it back for Simpson. Simpson, ball's getting slippery there. Cole Levis chipping it over for Daru. Daru trying to leave for Simpson, and the Rams are going to be the ones playing it here. Daru tracking down. Great job there by Daru, putting a lot of pressure on the Rams.
And forcing them out to the wide there, especially when there's a 3 back. You really want to make sure that you keep those players wide. The middle's often covered, but keeping them wide is always the way to go.
Now, I think it's also a good time to mention that, wait, Christy, do we have a Twitter?
We do have a Twitter. At Sound of the Scots, Sound of the SCOTS. I don't know if you would say we have a Twitter, we have an X. Doesn't matter to me.
However you want to call it.
Yeah, it's all the same. But yeah, we have a Twitter, at Sound of the Scots. Whether you are a Gordon fan or a Suffolk fan or anybody just watching this game on a Saturday night, we would love to hear from you. Any comments, any questions, any shout-outs, please reach out to us and tweet us at Sound of the Scots, Sound of the SCOTS. Our job is way more fun when we get to hear from you guys and respond 100%. To you guys.
So yeah, thank you. Now the Rams are in possession of the ball here. Damon Smargo is being tracked down by Luke Lindes. The ball's going to go out of bounds. The Scots are going to take possession here, and Adrian Cheng is going to be the one in charge of taking this throw-in. Now, for those of you who are listening, you don't necessarily have to be a Gordon fan, but as a fun fact, our women's team played today also against Suffolk, their first conference game of the season. And Christy, my coworker here, my friend next to me, I'd say, how do I say this? They got to win.
We got it done.
They won.
It was a great game.
It was a
Suffolk
great game.
women's team has been having a great season. They were undefeated up until this point. I think 5-1.
Yep.
Or 5-0-1.
5-0-1.
They had one tie against Leslie, and so they were a great team, good competition, and that's exactly what you want in conference. Going in, you want it to be tough from the start and kind of set the tone for the season.
Yeah. So our women's team got a win. Great game. It was pretty solid.
Fun game. A little slick out there, for sure.
But, yeah, I want to say that congratulations to Chrissy.
Thank you, Jose.
And hopefully our men's side is going to be able to do the same here at home, taking the first win in conference against the Rams. Now the ball is being played in the Rams' defensive side of the field. Ball's going to be left for a throw-in.
So far, it's really seemed like there hasn't been one team that's had majority possession. It's kind of been flipping pretty consistently. And yeah, I feel like, I don't know if either team has had possession for more than like maybe 10 or 15 seconds. It's really been
I think
a pretty back and forth game.
I think the fact that the ball is very slippery, it's also makes it complicated for both teams to keep possession and not miss a touch. Because whenever you're playing in the rain, whenever there's the ball's slippery, the turf's slippery, every single touch, there's a chance of losing the ball. So it's complicated. And the same goes to the
Great
other
tackle
team.
there by Noah Martin, by the way.
Yeah, every time the other team has the ball, it's an opportunity to steal the possession. So I think both teams need to see this condition, like the weather conditions, as a time of opportunity and how to use that as in their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the weather is that it's the same for everybody.
Yep.
So if the ground is slick for you, it's slick for your opponent too. So you gotta obviously make no excuses when it comes to touches and stuff. Ground is the same for everybody. But definitely finding out too. I mean, following every shot is going to be so important, whether it's defensively following a shot that your keeper saves to make sure it gets cleared out, or offensively following up. It's just important that you're on both ends of the ball there. The keeper might have a slippery glove, might bounce off. The defender's foot might be.
Up the ball.
Yeah, there's going to be a skip. So I think the most important thing is to just be consistent with following the ball on both ends.
Cortez Cardone trying to get possession here of the ball. It's not going to be able to do that against Taj Jensen. Jensen's going to be gaining that.
It's going to be a free kick right about the halfway mark, a little bit behind.
And now we're going to have Matthew Bellarardo taking it here, playing it along the sideline. Going to try the long ball, trying to find behind Noah Martin's back.
I don't know if you can see, maybe you can see the bench soon when we pan. Suffolk has a huge bench today.
Huge bench.
And I don't know, their roster doesn't look like it's that many more people than Gordon, but on the
there's a lot of names
side
here.
there, yeah, they've got a huge roster, which is nice to have.
Yeah.
It's nice to have, especially a bench where the talent is really deep. I mean, during conference, that's so important.
The Rams trying to set the ball.
Good clear there. So yeah, I feel like I didn't notice that even until just now, and I feel like Gordon has a pretty good sized team. They have a big roster, but Suffolk just has they have a ton of people, which is also fun. It's fun to be on a team with a lot of people.
Now we see Ford Lee approaching the corner to take this set piece against the Gordon College Fighting Scots. 34 minutes remaining in this first half, and Lee is getting ready. Just waiting for the referee's okay. Referee blows the whistle, and the ball is going to try to find the far post.
It's a good service there to the back post.
No one to receive it. Dar is going to clear it. A bicycle attempt there. There is now going to be contact, and the ball is going to be cleared. Now onto the defensive half of the field for the Rams, who still have possession of the ball. Beluardo now with the ball. Connecting in the back. The Rams trying to find the long ball. No one to be found. Masalek and Beluardo connecting together. And that ball is going to be left for Harlow to clear it. Noah Martin with the header.
Good header up there by Noah Martin.
Great header there. Beluardo seems to be the one getting to that ball. He's going to play it short there for Smargan. Montaño unable to settle the ball down. The Rams are still going to be in possession. And great job there by Montaño tracking down his man.
Touched by Benny Simpson.
Now Benny Simpson up. And let's see if he finds some of his teammates up. Cortez Cardone, we see him asking for the ball from Alex Diaz. Great job there by Alex Diaz. Pinning his man. Sets a cross, and the ball is going to be forced for a corner. Second one of the game for the Scots. Alex Diaz.
Our second of the game?
Mm-hmm.
When did we have our first corner? When was that?
Around like 7 minutes into the half.
There's no way. And I missed it?
Maybe.
I feel like I've been pretty locked in.
There's
Bryn,
a lot of things
can you confirm that
on.
there was another corner earlier? Need to get a second set of eyes on this, because I feel like I'm being gaslit by Jose right now.
The service was set on the first post. No one to find that. And the ball's now going to be Out of bounds. Throw in for the Scots. Next to the half line. Martin trying to find Diaz. Ball out of bounds again. Throw in for the Scots. Martin this time trying to play long for Montaño. And no one to stop that ball. It's going to hit the corner flag and stay out of bounds. The Rams playing this throw in. Good step there by Simpson. Linda's trying to play it long in the middle for Cortez Cardone. Cardone trying to get past this man. It's not going to be able to be stopped.
That was good body there, holding on to the ball with a lot of pressure from Suffolk.
And it seems like Cortez Cardone is already having some friction with Jensen. The ones that are like, they're both assigned to each other in this coverage. And they're getting very physical with each other. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's been about 15 minutes, and it's been pretty physical already.
The ref already gave a warning to both players before, after some contact there. And I'm sure they're going to be able to keep it clean. But, yeah.
Also, a reminder, we do have a Twitter. We have not heard from anyone yet, unfortunately. So, if you'd like to leave us a comment, leave us a question, tweet us at Sound of the Scots, Sound of the SCOTS.
Benny Simpson with possession, connecting with Alex Diaz. Back to Simpson. Simpson with the ball, moving it to Noah Martin. Noah Martin scanning the field. Great job there by Noah Martin, trying to find the long ball. He's trying to find
Cortez Cardone there.
And able to settle it for Will Goodling. Darrow leaving it for Sims. And the Scots seem to be very comfortable with the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're doing a great job swinging the ball around right now, not forcing anything. I do feel like the first 15 minutes, once it got past that halfway line, past the 50-yard, it kind of felt like they had to go to goal. And I think they just did a really great job of...
Cortez Cardone trying to keep that ball in bounds.
A good try there. But yeah, I feel like that was a lot of patience by the Scots, which is good because we've been forcing it and it hasn't been working great. So just adjusting to the play. Yeah, and I would say this is the first time that there's kind of been a clear possession by one team. I would say the Scots have had majority possession for maybe the past 5 minutes now, and it's kind of the first time all game.
Yeah, something I was going to mention is that one of the things that I love the most to see in a player is effort. Mm-hmm. And you just saw Cortez Cardone, there was a long ball played to him. And if I'm honest, for a second I thought, like, oh, he's not going to get to that ball.
But he got there.
He got there. But he got there. It's easy to give up. It's easy to see the ball and be like, oh, it's way too long for me. But something that I love to see is when a player looks at a ball, it's long, and he keeps running and gets to it. So, honestly, respect to that.
I also do love that. Honestly, maybe top quality. It's just a work ethic thing.
100%.
And I think it's great quality of Cortez Cardone's.
Yeah, he's a fighter. It's a freshman.
There's no ball goes to the line that he's not going to chase after.
Yeah. And, I mean, being a freshman, a first-year player that earns, I don't want to say that got a spot, but he earned a spot on the starting lineup. There's a lot of competitivity on that place. There's a lot of players that could be playing that position, but the fact that Cortez Cardone was able to earn that, I think it's impressive. Now the Rams with possession, trying to approach the Gordon's goal. Scott's now with possession. Good clearance there by Noah Martin. And now the Rams trying to approach again. Martin's going to force the out of bounds throw in on the top half sideline for the Rams. The Rams playing it short. Playing it back. Beluardo trying to play it through in the middle. Great step by Adrian Chang. Doing a fantastic job as a defender, Adrian. And the ball went out of bounds, throw in. This time it's going to be for the Rams in the bottom sideline. Ball's going to be set inside the box. No one to receive it. The Rams are going to have another chance of a cross.
I'm kind of realizing, Jose, I don't know if I've seen either keeper really touch the ball yet or make a save. I feel like the battles have been primarily in the midfield.
Yep.
Neither keeper has really seen a shot today. Of course, we're only 20 minutes in, but I feel like at this point there's normally at least one or two.
Yeah, slow day at the office for Harlow and Diaz so far. So like these kind of situations, both teams have gotten close.
Yeah. Even that, it's like Isaiah Diaz was definitely preparing there to make a save, but ball never ended up getting fully shot.
Yeah. Now there was a foul there. Beluardo against Montaño, and the ball is going to go for Gordon right on the half line. Chang is going to be the one taking it here for the Scots. Referee is going to blow the whistle, and the ball is good to be played. Look, Linda's going to play a show with Chang. Chang now along the sideline. Blakes it back to Linda's. Scots have no interest in playing that ball quick and long. Diaz now setting the ball. There's going to be a handball called, and the ball is going to go to the Rams around 28 yards from their goal. The Rams now getting ready. Montaño still keeping the pressure up top. Beluardo now with the ball. Place it in the middle for Phelps. Phelps opening up. Good job there by Alex Diaz tracking down. Closing that gate. Beluardo with the ball. Tries to play it through. Good step by Cole Levis recovering it for the Scots. Trying to find Montaño. Unable to take that turn. Ball's going to get to the Rams defense, where they're going to start again with Feliciani. Phelps back to Feliciani. Opening up for Handelsman. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. Rams with a throw-in. Rams now having a corner.
Second of the game for the Rams as well. Good step there by Gordon and a good clearance. Gonna go back for a Rams throw in.
Now throw in. Wow. Great distance with that throw in.
Yeah, that was it felt like a corner kick.
Got me wondering if it was with his arms or he kicked it. And now Diaz in possession of the ball for Gordon with 22 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in this first half.
Ball's definitely going back and forth a lot in the midfield. I do feel like both teams have maybe struggled keeping possession in the midfield. There's tight pressure from both the Scots and the Rams with whoever's on the attack, and I think they're almost just struggling to get it out from under their feet. I think trying to take close touches because it's slippery and you don't want the ball to get too far away, but it's kind of getting caught under the feet of both the Scots and the Rams. And now it's definitely starting to pick up a little bit in physicality as well. I would say at least in the midfield. I think there's definitely frustration from both sides just because it's 20 minutes in. There haven't been a ton of good chances by either team.
Now the Rams with possession. Now the Scott's recovering it with Cole Levis in the middle, trying to find Montano. Ball's gonna go for the Rams, starting on the defenders, trying to play it long. And Adrian Cheng is gonna be receiving that ball out of bounds.
I do think these long balls, both I've noticed it with Gordon, is that they're just not going where we want them to just because of the rain. The slick ground, they're skipping way more than normal, and so I think playing to feet, and especially when you're receiving the ball coming right to the ball, I think we're kind of trying to run off of the ball a little bit too much, make the behind runs, and the ball's moving way too fast to be able to do that. And I think honestly just knocking it on the ground and playing to feet is going to be the way to go today. We haven't had much success fighting Moises Montano or Cortez Cardone. We've had some success finding Alex Diaz, but when we have, it's been played right to his feet. And so we've gotten the most success from that side just by playing the feet of Alex Diaz. And I think that's kind of what we need to look for from Montano and Cardone as well.
Yeah, we're going to have the first substitution of the game. Alex Diaz coming out of the field, and Max Cardone going to come in, giving some indications to his teammates. Moises Montano going to be stepping onto the left part of the field. Cortez Cardone going up as a striker, and Max Cardone coming here.
Good header off by Max Cardone there.
Harlow being forced to kick the ball outside of his box as Cortez Cardone was approaching him with great speed. Cole Levis now trying to secure the possession for the Scots, but it's going to be Smargan claiming it for the Rams. Great clearance there by Cheng and Levis.
Yeah, that was a well-placed second clearance there by Cole Levis to get it on the ground from a ball like that. Unfortunately, the wing mid was a little bit pinched back, kind of helping on the defense. So we weren't able to get there, but it was a great ball. And good pressure by Will Goodling.
Scott's trying to secure it here. Daru playing it for Montano. Montano playing it back for Martin.
Smart decision there, too, by Montano to play that back to Noah Martin. We didn't really have numbers up, and even though there was a little bit more defensive pressure, I think that was a very smart ball there.
I think that you can tell that Montano's more comfortable in this position than he was as a striker. It was his first time playing the striker position, first time being the last man up top. And it's complicated when you need to make those readings about the runs that you need to make, the balls that you're going to be receiving, because they look completely different when you're up there by yourself.
It's totally different having the sideline right next to you to kind of guide you. Sometimes I feel like the striker, you think you have so much space because you're at the top of an open field, but you're kind of surrounded by defenders. And so I think it's a totally different position to learn. You kind of have to see the plays a little bit quicker. There's not as much time that you get to hold on to the ball. There's not as much one-on-one driving. It's much more playing the ball off and running right away.
The special awareness that you need to have to be a striker, and to be a good striker, it's important. And I think it's hard to achieve that awareness in just one game or a few practices at that position. Great interception there by Moises Montano, who is now trying to play it through for Cortez Cardone. And the ball just going to go long. Harlem keeping it inbounds. I got to say, that's a great stretch to keep it inbounds.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
It was on the Rams' best interest to keep that ball playing, and hit it so. The Rams trying to play it through along the sideline. Noah Martin alongside Luke Lindes. Benny Simpson. Daru. Ball's going to be stopped. Out of bounds. Ball for Gordon. Martin playing along for Montano with a header. Daru trying to settle it down. It's going to be deflected by the Rams. Out of bounds again. No, Martin trying to find Cardone this time. Montaño with the ball. Tries to play it in the middle for Simpson. Simpson's
Great ball by Simpson there. Will be intercepted by, that was,
Jensen.
yeah.
Jensen being tracked down by Levis.
And great speed there by Jensen as well. We haven't really been able to see his speed yet. He hasn't gotten a drive, but
yeah,
that is some great speed to have for an outside back there.
Beluardo back to Jensen. Jensen being tracked down by Will Goodling. Simpson gets it back for Gordon, connecting with Daru.
Great speed there by Daru trying to find Cortez Cardone. Ball will just be a little bit too heavy of a touch. Yeah, the other thing about the rain is that the ball is heavier as well. It just kind of, I don't know if it absorbs the water. I don't know how it works, but it definitely feels heavier.
Yeah.
Doesn't float quite as much, and so.
Cleats are heavier, ball's heavier.
Everything's heavier.
Yeah.
Clothes are heavier.
It's unfortunate, but.
Same for everybody.
Yeah, it's same conditions for everybody here. So let's see what both teams can do out of this situation.
Good ball there by Adrian Chang.
Adrian Chang for Cortez Cardone sets the cross. Montaño to receive it. Unable to get a good contact there. That ball's just going to go long.
A great service by Cortez Cardone as well.
Making the most out of situations like that is just impressive. Now that is 15 minutes that we have remaining in this first half.
And looks like we have 2 subs coming in for Suffolk. I can't read the numbers super well from here. That was the one thing that was really nice about commentating on the quad. Yep. You could see all the numbers and everybody who's on.
Very clear.
Way better than you can from the box at the turf.
Yeah, and I got to say today, especially because of the rain, it makes it a bit more complicated to see every number. We are trying to bring the best experience for those of you who are watching from home or are not able to be here in Wenham. But yeah, please forgive us if there is something that we are not narrating clearly or very specific. Now the Rams with possession, starting from the defenders, playing it back for Harlow. Harlow playing it long. Great touch there by the Rams, who are now trying to connect. The long ball, look, Linda's using his speed. Diaz clearing it.
By Diaz there.
Out of bounds.
And we got our first tweet, guys. First tweet from Christine Vavala saying, "Let's go Scots, bring home another win." Jose and Christy sounding great as usual.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Vavala. One thing that people who are watching might not know, and if you have been watching Gordon's live stream for a bit or hearing me and Christy commentate, is that every tweet that people send, they make us smile. You guys at home probably...
As long as they're kind.
Yeah. Like, you guys don't know this because you cannot see us, but Christy and I both smiled when we saw the first tweet coming in. So thank you so much, Mrs. Vavala. We appreciate it a lot. And yeah, let's bring another win home. Let's keep it here.
I can almost guarantee if you send us a tweet, we'll be smiling. I think I've only ever gotten 1 or 2 tweets that haven't made me smile. From people's younger siblings telling me that I wasn't doing a good job talking about lacrosse.
I agree.
Yeah, which I don't blame them. I don't know much about lacrosse. Soccer is more my sport, but.
Yeah, Cortez Cardone now connecting with Daru. Daru with the ball right outside the box. Daru's going to be taken down. No foul, says the referee. All ball. And the Rams are going to use that opportunity to break out with Pierzoni. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and the Rams are going to be stopped on that run. Noah Martin with throw-in, trying to find it long for Cardone. The Rams now having to play it back. And playing with Harlow being an important player in this defensive ball movement situations. Daru doing a great job tracking down. There's going to be a foul there on Daru. Lee getting ready to take this free kick. And now Lee's going to have possession of it. Trying to play it in the middle.
Good step there by Benny Simpson.
Lee opening up. Great step by Daru. I feel like sometimes steps like that where you're not fully recovering possession, you are not getting the ball for yourself, it's might seem useless. It might seem like it doesn't do much, but when you take the rival out of place, when you make their possession be not perfect like the way they intended it, that sometimes can cause situations like this where the ball was forced out of bounds. Now the Scots have the possession, and it just completely overturns what was going on for one of the teams.
Yeah. We also have a new sub coming in for the Scots. We have Micah Dill coming in on that right wing. Cortez Cardone moved over to the left side, and Moises Montano getting a rest on the bench now.
Noah Martin with the ball. Trying to play it for Cortez Cardone.
And a great run there by Cody Dill.
Good link for Dill. And that ball is not going to get to the freshman on the first touch. Ball's going to be forced out of bounds. And it's going to be a goal kick.
Sorry about the lighting switch, guys.
Ball now being moved by the Rams, and Benny Simpson stepping in. And the Scots now on the run with Simpson trying to chip it short. Ball's going to be passed back to Noah Martin. Noah Martin with a long cross, unable to find one of his teammates inside the Rams box. The Rams are now going to be on the break. Great speed there by Cole Levis, tracking down his mark. And fantastic job by Max Cardone. Now the Rams trying to play the long ball. Isaiah Diaz trying to get to it, but Adrian Chang is going to clear it. A lot of the ball's been in the air a long time this game so far.
Yeah, I think sometimes when the conditions aren't quite as they are typically, playing the ball in the air feels a little bit safer because you know how the ball is going to land or how it's going to move. And so there's been very few moments where the ball has stayed settled. Also, we have two new subs coming in for
Gordon
here. We have Zach Hutt, number 25, coming in the midfield. We have Gilbert Drew and Will Goodling coming out, and then Andrew Diller and Zach Hutt coming in.
Now Adrian Chang is going to take this throw in for the Scots. Adrian Chang with the tall pass, and Diller is going to be taken down. Cortez Cardone managed to keep possession. Cortez Cardone trying to play it short for Hutt. There's going to be a foul here on Cardone. The Rams playing it short. Harlow, pressure from Cardone. Opens up, and the Rams are now, again, trying to play the long ball. Simpson with the chest control. Levis, unable to find Cardone. And the Rams are off again. Seems like none of the teams are very comfortable now moving the ball around or keeping the possession. At the same time that they're not being fully able to do that. Adrian Chang now with the throw-in. Scott's now connecting the ball. Max Cardone for Noah Martin. Noah Martin chipping it up for Cortez Cardone. Cardone trying to keep the ball in bounds. And that is going to be a goal kick for Harlow. Cortez Cardone doesn't seem to be too happy with that decision. I don't know if he saw any contact that the Rams might have had with the ball before he went out of bounds. The Rams moving now, trying to get the communication right. Simpson trying to play it for Hutt. Hutt playing it for Cortez Cardone. He's going to get the ball stolen. This time it's Max Cardone playing it back for Noah Martin. Noah Martin, great turn there by Noah Martin.
Good drive. He'll find Andrew Diller's feet.
They're trying to play it through for Hutt. And they're going to let that ball go out of bounds. And with 6 minutes remaining in this game between the Gordon College Fighting Scots and the Suffolk University Rams, score 0-0 here in Wenham, Massachusetts.
We'll also have another sub coming in for Gordon. Cortez Cardone will be stepping off. And we will have Jaitlin Maganti stepping in for the Scots up at the number 9.
Yeah, Maganti, a second-year player, sophomore here at Gordon. Very strong player, I gotta say. He's improved a lot, skill-wise. Just putting the ball in the back of the net. I've had the opportunity to be at some of the Scots practices. I had the opportunity to be at some of their scrimmages before in preseason, and the games that they already had. And Maganti is just one of those players that it's dangerous, and it's gonna be dangerous today against the Rams.
Yeah, I think for the Scots, last year they had so many first years coming in, and they had such an older team. Their whole starting lineup was pretty much returners. And so this year, graduating some seniors and getting the chance to have some of like last year's first years and even current freshmen play, it's been really great. We didn't get to see a lot of minutes from a lot of people that now, as sophomores, we're getting to see play 30-plus minutes each game.
Yeah. The Rams trying to get the ball in the last third. But Cole Levis is going to clear it for Maganti. Hutt for Cardone, unable to keep it in bounds. The Rams are going to be in possession of the ball. Throw in now. Good chest control there by the Rams. The ball's going to be left in the middle for someone to claim it. And that someone is going to be Andrew Diller, moving it now to Zach Hutt on the Scots side. Max Cardone trying to play it over, deflected off the Rams, and that is going to go out of bounds. Adrian Chang now with the ball.
Good ball there. Have Cody Dill trying to get on the end of that. He'll play that. Not sure if there was a deflection there. I think they said that will be a deflection off of the outside back number 13 of Suffolk.
And that is going to be a corner. Benny Simpson, the designated player to take it.
And 3.5 minutes left in this half here. This very well could be the last corner that the Scots see before the end of the half. So important to get something on this going to the. I mean, obviously 0-0 going into half isn't a bad score at all, but to get a goal before the half would definitely be a great thing for the Scots. And the ball will be cleared wide. Going to be a Gordon throw again. We'll have Adrian Chang take it. I do think he probably has the furthest throw on the team, so when they get within that final third, they'll give him the ball, kind of mimic a corner as much as you can off a throw-in.
Yeah. We see a lot of players inside the box. Adrian Chang trying to play it short for Simpson.
And
Benny
a good
Simpson.
hit by Simpson there. It's going to go wide. A nice strike, but just
a little too
how
high.
close we were to the net. Yeah.
Harlow playing it short with his defender.
Ball go out. Going to be Scott's throw here. We'll have Adrian Chang take it again. Little under 2 minutes now.
Ball's going to be played back for Lindas.
Good settle by Luke Lindas.
Trying to play it long for Hutt. Rams getting the first touch on that one, and Cody Dill seems to be the one gaining that one and able to connect with Cole Levis. The Rams are going to take it here. They're given even. Diller now with the ball for the Scots. Plays it through for Hutt. Hutt trying to play it through for
Great
Cody
ball
Dill.
there.
Unable to
That'll
stay
go
in
back to
bounds.
being a Rams ball.
The Rams, who seem to be in no rush to play the ball in this last minutes of the first half.
Yeah, I think at the end of the half right now, they've kind of been under pressure by the Scots quite a bit, and I think you're kind of hoping to get out of this half without going down. So I think just playing it safe is probably a great decision. Good ball there. It's going to be slightly offsides there by the ref.
The Rams here starting with the ball. And we're going to have another tweet. This is going to be the second and last one of the first half, coming from Jamie Wright. Say, Jamie and Jason from Nashville, Tennessee say, let's go, Gordon. And hats off to you guys for great commentating. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Wright. Yeah, the Wright family always watching and supporting from Tennessee. Love that. I know that even when the tweet takes longer to get here, I know that they're watching since the beginning and they're always following. So thank you so much for the tweet. And thank you so much for supporting. Yeah, we hope that the Scots can do some exciting things in the second half.
All right, and that will be the end of the first half. Score is still 0-0. We'll see you back for the second half in 15 minutes. All right, we're back for the start of the second half. Score is still 0-0. Quick recap of the first half. Weren't many chances from either side. I would say, do we have a stat sheet? Maybe we can get one up. I'm dying to see the shots because I feel like as far as shots go, it's pretty low.
There's
a low shot rate.
3 shots for the Scots, 2 for the Rams.
Yeah, which is pretty. Maybe that's average, but it definitely felt low.
It is low. It's low, especially for two very offensive teams that we have here tonight. It's very low numbers for what we were expecting in case of no rain. But I think the rain has been a determining factor, the main determining factor of tonight's game, where the Scots and the Rams haven't been able to have a lot of time inside each other's box. Most of those situations have been coming from set pieces like corners or free kicks. But yeah, I still think that 45 minutes, it's a ton of time for things to happen. Christy, you know that?
I mean, a whole half is a lot of time, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams were doing a lot of good things. They both had moments of possession. I wouldn't say one team had like really set possession for more than maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I would say it was very back and forth. I wouldn't say one team dominated over the other.
Yep.
I think the Scots were probably in the Rams defending half more than the Rams were in the Scots. But we still didn't get a crazy amount of shots off. We got I think one by Benny Simpson towards the end there. None that have been very on frame. Also, we have a corner here taken by Benny Simpson.
Simpson putting the ball up, trying to find the short post.
That's going to go out again.
Another corner for Simpson here. Another corner, trying to find, again, the short post. Simpson's going to receive it again. Trying to set another
Good
piece
ball
for the
in.
middle. Ooh, no one to receive it. Montano plays it short. Great decision there by Montano. Simpson fighting again the middle. No one to get to it. And that ball is going to be forced. Corner once again.
Well, I think that will be a corner. I think it might have. That was a nice slide to kick it out, but I do think it might have crossed the end line before then.
Now, Christy, the efforts that the Rams are making to get the ball to not be a corner, I think I've never seen a team make those efforts.
I do think they. Oh, great header out.
Deflected. Simpson again.
Yeah, I do think the Rams have been doing a great job defensively with corners. I mean, obviously, you never want to give up a corner. They're really dangerous. And when they do get a corner, I mean, I think the Scots just got 3 corners almost right in a row, but they know that they're dangerous, and I think they're taking measures to try and avoid those at all costs, especially with the rain here when the ball's up in the air for a corner and it's just deflecting off a bunch of people. You never know where it's going to go, and so I think staying away from corners, trying to, if anything, get a throw in is definitely the best. I mean, the truth is, Adrian Chang's throw-ins can practically go where a corner kick can.
Yeah.
And so whether it's a throw-in by Adrian Chang or a corner kick by Benny Simpson by just a few yards, it won't make a huge difference on the opportunity.
I agree.
I think just the idea of a corner kick is a bit more daunting.
Yeah, I think as an offensive player, what I would do in those situations, if I see the rival rushing, making those kind of efforts like we saw Harlow do before, stretching all the way to the end line in the edge of his box. We saw now the Rams again trying to make that not happen. I would say that probably they're not great at defending set pieces, and I would try to find those as much as possible.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the Scots, seeing that, they're just now putting a lot of pressure, and they're going to turn a lot of their offensive runs into, if it's not a shot on goal, let's force the corner.
Yeah. We also got another tweet from Rochelle Chang saying, cheering Adrian and Noah and the rest of the Scots for Mississippi this week. Looking forward to being up there in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get the Changs up here
Yeah.
in a few weeks to watch Adrian's senior season.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Chang, for tweeting. I feel like they're normally watching from Texas, so the fact that they're like now in Mississippi,
now they're in Mississippi.
It's just
Throwing
like
me off.
a little something that it's still exciting. I love it.
No, it's fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for tweeting. After this corner here by the Rams, we'll make an announcement about our Twitter, where you can also be part of the broadcast. The Rams now taking the ball, trying to find the middle of the box. Ball still up in the air, settled by the Rams. Not being able to get good control. The ball's going to go far this time. Unable to stay in bounds. Going to be a goal kick for Diaz.
Yeah, and that was a nice corner kick there by the Rams. It had a nice curve and still kind of floated. That was definitely dangerous. And I mean, I think both teams here obviously are trying to avoid set pieces. I do think the Scots are really solid at defending corners. I don't know if they've conceived any goals from corners this year.
Not that I know of.
But I mean, certainly you don't want to risk it with a cross like that. I'm not exactly sure who crossed that or who took that corner for Suffolk, but definitely a dangerous ball.
Is what we were talking about before. It's very hard to see the numbers right now for us here. We are trying our best, but also Christy and I are known amongst each other for not having the best vision.
Yeah, it's not our strong suit.
So we're trying our best to get the players on the far side of the field, but the rain is making it a bit complicated. But yeah, now Cortez Cardone with the ball, playing it back for Noah Martin. Martin playing it long for Montaño, and that ball's going to go out of bounds. The Rams are going to have a chance at a throw in here. And Harlow is going to start the possession for the Rams. The Rams trying to get it high. Good step there by the Scots. Alex Diaz trying to get it back for Gordon. Possession is going to be won back by the Rams, who are now on the offensive half of the field. Great pass there by the Rams, trying to open up and find the Scots box.
Good
Great save by
Isaiah Diaz there. A good deflection, and that's what I'm talking about there with following every shot. If you were here from the beginning of the broadcast, I said following every shot is going to be so important. I mean, a great save, but still, it might skip off the hands. Just the weather, the rain, it's going to make it hard to catch a ball the way you normally will. It's
deflections. It's going to be clearances.
Yeah, so that's a good job by the back line there, following up right away.
Cole Lev is now trying to find the long pass for Alex Diaz, trying to use his Diaz speed here. That he has it. He gets to that ball. He's going to try to keep it in bounds. The Rams are going to do a good job at tracking that ball down all the way to the end line. Make it a goal kick for Harlow. And what I was mentioning before is that we do have a Twitter, X, however you want to call it these days, where you can stay connected with us. If you want to be part of the broadcast, if you heard us say about someone tweeting at us, if you've heard us making comments, giving shout-outs to people, is because that people is tweeting at us at Sound of the Scots, where we can interact with people, and we love that because that way we get to have connections with people who are watching. If you are a Gordon fan or if you're a Suffolk fan this game, tweet at us at Sound of the Scots. We'd love to hear where you're watching from, if you have any thoughts on the game, if you have any shout-outs to give to any players on and off the field. If you are a parent, a friend, or a family member, please tweet at us at Sound of the Scots, Sound of the SCOTS.
Yeah.
Scott's trying to settle the ball down, with Montaño having a first touch that is magnific, but the Rams are going to get the ball back.
Good step there by Alex Diaz.
Alex Diaz
again.
Trying to take a far shot there. Plays it for
good
Cortez. Cardone
was trying to find the space between two defenders and couldn't quite find it.
It's complicated when you have two defenders tracking you down and the third one is just waiting for you at the empty space.
Yeah.
Look, Linda switching it for Adrian Chang.
Good speed there by Adrian Chang getting on the end of that ball.
And we just saw that what Christy has been talking about the whole game. The skipping of the ball. Look, Linda's putting a long ball there for Adrian Chang that normally would slow down. Don't require a lot of speed from Chang. But with the rain, the ball, everything wet, it's very hard to keep track of that ball. And it just gains a lot of speed. So Adrian Chang had to sprint to get that one.
Yeah, and this half too more than the first even. I think the first half the rain had kind of held off for a little bit. The field might have dried up a little bit. The rain is back. I'm not sure if it's really picking up on the camera quite as much, but definitely a pretty constant drizzle out there. And so it's getting a little bit more slippery. The ball's definitely getting heavier, and it's kind of starting to show in the passes.
Yeah, I had the the opportunity to go hand off some stat papers to the coaches during halftime.
The opportunity, lucky you.
And be outside, and yeah, the rain is starting to fall down now. It's not super heavy rain, but the light rain's still getting everything wet. Players.
I mean,
everything.
consistent light rain will do it.
Yeah.
That's all you need for a slick field.
Yeah. Probably not the best conditions, not the most favorite conditions for the players. But let's see what they can make out of this situation. Still score 0-0 with 34 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in this game. The Scots trying to play the ball short here. Rams stealing it, and Daru's going to get it back for Gordon. Great footwork there with Daru, playing it back for Levis. Levis trying to find Diaz.
Good
Diaz
touch there by Alex. Oh, and a nice cut there by
fancy touch.
Diaz. And a
Benny Simpson trying to play it low, and that ball's going to go wide, high.
Wide and high.
You could tell that Benny Simpson was trying to force the ball to stay low, but from that distance, it's very hard to have the power and the height controlled.
Yeah, I think, too, I feel like we've seen very few shots from Gordon this year from far. I feel like Gordon's strength is playing within that 18-yard box, essentially. I think when they kind of played around the defense and have just a little touch in it, which is hard sometimes. You feel like you're not doing as much when you don't take the crazy shot. But I do think for Gordon, I think a really big strength is just getting the ball into that 18-yard box and then kind of tapping it in. That's where they've been finding a lot of success. And I think that might be the move for today as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that ball's heavy as much as that shot was definitely pretty wide open. And I don't think that – I think that was a good decision at that point with how much time he had. But I think for the average shot, I think the Scots definitely work better when they kind of break down the defense rather than those big shots.
Yeah, it's not pretty sometimes to take a shot, grab the ball and take a shot. But in sometimes, like if you're playing, like the Scots, we know that since Coach Cassigarin got here last year, the Scots have been a team that they like to have the ball. They like to dominate the passes. They are very good.
The possession has gotten so, like, even
significantly
in
high
this year, since Coach Cassigarin's time, I think the style of play has definitely changed. But the possession rate, I think there's way less forcing of the ball. I think it is just a style change. That before there was an urgency that kind of made everybody want to be in that final third all the time. And I think Coach Cassigarin has made the players very comfortable with keeping the ball around the back line, keeping the ball in the midfield, which is honestly a great place to have the ball, you know?
Yeah.
If there's a lot of pressure in the back, obviously you don't want to be passing around. But I do think having possession in the back is not a bad thing, and being comfortable with passing around the back has been really good, and kind of waiting for the opportunity to come. And I think that's where they found a lot of their success, both last year and this year, when they're kind of starting to solidify their style a little bit more.
Yeah, and games like today, for example, where you cannot play your style, when you cannot play that defined style that you've practiced, the one that you try to get to be perfect, sometimes you got to adapt and you got to be ready to just get the ball outside the box, take a shot. And I don't want to say hopefully, because these players, they measure every shot, every touch that they take. But sometimes you just got to hope that the ball is going to go where you want to, especially with the rain in these conditions.
Good clearance there by Adrian Chang. The one thing I think Adrian Chang does so well that I feel like I haven't seen all year, I haven't seen him dive into any defensive ball. He just stands him up until it's time to step. And you see people rarely can beat him on a 1v1 just because he's just standing him up the whole time, and he doesn't dive in, doesn't let anybody make a quick touch around him. And I think we just saw that again. Wow, great throw. But we just saw it again, that he's just super solid and steady when it comes to defending 1v1. I certainly wouldn't want to go against him 1v1.
Oh, no. I completely agree. Now, the Rams, after that throw-in that was very close to being a corner, are still in possession of the ball. The Rams...
Practically a corner, yeah.
Yeah. Montaño now with the ball, trying to get it back. Great job there by Montaño. Montaño telling some of his teammates to go up. And the ball's going to get stolen. Daru trying to get it back here. Daru now with Max Cardone. Daru plays it short for Max Cardone. Max Cardone inside the box.
That would be Cortez Cardone.
Now Benny
It's all right,
Simpson.
they look alike. They're brothers.
Benny Simpson with the ball. Cole Levis now for Martin. Martin with time. Opens for Montaño. Montaño for Daru. Daru plays it back for Martin. Martin. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. Ball for Gordon.
And we got another tweet from Carrie Casagurin. Said, Coach Casagurin's parents are watching and rooting for the Scots from Cleveland, Ohio. We enjoy your broadcasts, and we'll be at the game next weekend.
Love to hear that.
Love to hear that.
I love that. Thank you so much for that tweet.
Smiling again.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, we get very smiley when we read tweets. So thank you so much for that tweet, and can't wait to see Coach Casagurin's parents here in Wenham next week.
Good step there by Luke Lindas. And I believe next Saturday will be another conference game.
Yep. It's going to be another long day of sports event here
we'll see what's on the schedule.
And Gordon. Honestly, can't wait for that. Now the Rams are going to have a throw in here. And it's going to be the same Tommy Handelsman taking this throw in. Scott's getting ready to defend that inside the box. We see some of the Rams players making a run.
Yeah, next weekend will be another great game. Western New England, again at 7 p.m.
Handelsman now putting the ball up. Scott's making that first touch. Alex Diaz clearing it, and that is going to be a throw-in, this time from the top part of the field.
Setting up like a corner here for defending.
Yeah. Handelsman now, again, getting some distance. Put the ball up, middle of the box. The Rams getting a good header there, but not being able to find the shot on goal. Isaiah Diaz covering that part. He's not going to take his time, and we're going to have a substitution here for the Scots. Alex Diaz coming out. I think Max Cardone is going to be the one coming into the game. Diaz now getting ready for the goal kick. The Rams now receiving the ball. Luke Lindas and Adrian Cheng is going to clear it. Daru receiving in the middle of the field. Plays it short for Benny Simpson. Simpson with time. Plays it for Montaño. Montaño with a great first touch. Now to Simpson. Great decision making there by Montaño and Simpson together. Max Cardone unable to get to that ball. It's going to go out of bounds. And there's going to be some touch, and that is going to be a throw-in for the Scots.
Taken by Adrian Chang.
I might be biased, but I got to say that was a great call by the referee, being able to see that there was actually some contact there with the ball.
Yeah, I do think from up here I could definitely see that it looked like it deflected, but it looked like they were maybe thinking about having it go the other way.
Cole is making that run inside the box too, and Adrian Chang is going to be the one putting the ball up for this one. Adrian Chang trying to play it short. Cardone trying to get the ball in. And now we see the Rams going
Great
at
speed
it.
there by the Rams.
The Rams trying to play it long. Good job by Isaiah Diaz staying back.
Good save there by Isaiah Diaz.
And the Scots stepping in front of the ball. Isaiah Diaz again. Adrian Chang trying to clear it. And the Scots are now
going. Good clearance there. Finally up the field by Noah Martin. And we have Cortez Cardone with great speed there.
Harlow forced to clear it. Out of bounds. Great job by Isaiah Diaz and defenders.
Three deflections there off of Isaiah Diaz to get that final clearance there from Noah Martin. That's what I'm glad our defense is ready to follow up there. I mean, obviously it would be better to clear it right away, but each time they kind of got a foot on it, and then Suffolk got another shot.
If I'm completely honest, Kirsty, my heart is racing after that series of events.
Yeah.
Scott's now putting the ball up inside the box. Cortez Cardone trying to receive it. Montaño getting there, and the ball's going to be deflected up in the air. Try to stay. It's going to be out of bounds for...
They call that a Gordon ball. All right, we are not sure how long we were gone for. Our volume was out. It's fixed now. Let us know if you can hear us. Tweet us at sound of the SCOTS. I don't know what we missed. Not sure if you guys heard us when Isaiah Diaz made that save for the PK. I'm not even sure if you guys heard us for the goal.
Well,
I sure hope so, but there's just no promises.
if you didn't, the Scots are up 1-0 with 18 minutes remaining in this game between the Gordon College Fighting Scots and the Suffolk University Rams. Isaiah Diaz saved a PK that the Rams had against Damon Smargan. And
yeah, I wasn't even sure if the foul that led up to the PK, I had a hard time kind of seeing it. I think it might have been a tackle from behind, and that might have been what gave the PK away. But a great save by Isaiah Diaz. His first goal, that's going to be a goal by
the Rams.
The Rams. That was a very nice shot. I'm not sure exactly what number.
Jack Phelps scoring that one.
Hits off the inside of the post. I mean, a great placement. All right, so we just said we missed the goal and the PK save. All right, so we've missed out on a lot. We missed out on Gordon's goal, PK. Suffolk just tied it up 1-1. I think we're all caught up.
Yep.
All right.
So now everything that's left is, if you are a Gordon fan, keep cheering for the Scots so we have an opportunity to yell like crazy again onto this mic.
You missed two big screams. And we are hoping to get at least one more.
Now the Scots with possession again, trying to play long for Cortez Cardone. And now it seems like the rain is getting heavier. The Rams now with no pressure, no rush to play the ball. I don't know if the Rams will settle for a tie here, but you never know.
I mean, yeah, you never want to settle for a tie. I would say, though, I think this half, the Scots have definitely put way more pressure on the Rams than the first half. And so at this point, to get off with a tie might be... Oh, that's going to be a corner for the Scots. But getting off with a tie could be the best case scenario for the Rams just because of the amount of pressure. I would say I think the Scots definitely let up in the past 10 minutes since their goal. I think the first few minutes they still had a strong tempo going, and I think they kind of let up, and I think it's important to bring that back right now.
Ball up by Cole Levis, putting it inside the box, and that is going to hit the crossbar out of bounds. And this time possession is going to go for the Rams.
And we got another tweet from Jamie Wright saying, "Glad you are all back." Who scored for Gordon? Gilbert Daru.
Gilbert Daru scored, yeah. Gordon's number 7.
Assisted by Moses Montano.
Daru putting the first one for the Scots in conference this year. We're going to have substitution here.
We're going to have Zach Hutt coming in for Will Goodling.
The Rams playing it short. Tracked down by the Scots there. Now the Rams trying to utilize the speed that they have over the Scots to get to that last third. Scott's trying to play it along the sideline.
Good pressure there by Cortez Cardone. That's going to stay a Gordon ball. And we're going to have Adrian Chang come up to take that throw. Just hitting now, 15 minutes left in this half, which is still plenty of time for either team. I would say for Suffolk, if they would be content with a tie, I still think 15 minutes is a long time to hold it off. I would say both teams got to go for a win here. I mean, holding off a tie for the last 15 minutes of a tight game is not super easy, especially those last 10 minutes. The Scots always pick up the tempo, and so I think they're gonna definitely need to put in some extra shots to try and get that lead.
Gotta create those chances, and the Scots are trying to do that as they get the ball back here. The Rams also want it back, intercepting those passes. Ball skipping fast, the ball is traveling out of bounds. And Noah Martin getting ready for this throw-in.
And we have Cody Dill coming in for the Scots. He'll take out Max Cardone.
No, Martin playing it short for Montano. Montano playing back for Martin. Martin for Simpson. Simpson in the middle of the field. Simpson plays it back for Martin. Martin trying to play it long. Deflected off the Rams. Daru getting it back. Daru trying to settle it down. Daru again. Plays it for Cortez Cardone. And that's going to be called offsides by the referee.
Definitely a good shot there by Cortez Cardone. Unfortunately, offsides, of course. And also, I would say for Gilbert Drew, I would say take that shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to take it. Now the Rams trying to get into Gordon's defensive half of the field. Scott stopping that. Zach Hutt playing with Dill. Dill crossing it for Cardone. Hutt and the Rams are going to get possession again. Now starting on their defense. Great step by Benny Simpson forcing the Rams out. And look, Lindas is going to have it here for Isaiah Diaz. Risky play there by Lindas and Diaz. Ball's going to be deflected. Out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Rams. We're going to have Handelsman again. Everyone getting ready inside the box to receive the ball. Ball's being set up. Deflected off the Scots defense. Daru is going to have it. Daru getting away from Handelsman.
Good clearance there by Daru. Find Cortez Cardone.
Cortez Cardone with Cody Dill alongside him on the other side of the field.
Great speed there by Cardone.
Trying to put it for Dill, and that ball is going to be deflected and received by Harlow. That was a very dangerous situation there for the Rams. Don't want to be seen in that situation if you're trying to keep this score. Dill playing it back for Hutt. Hutt for Levis. Levis trying to find Cardone. Ball's going to be deflected.
And we're going to have two more subs coming in for Gordon. We'll have Gilbert Drew stepping out and Moises Montano stepping out.
And we're going to have Mete Rubokia and Andrew Diller coming in. Both sophomores coming in, trying to bring some fresh legs into the game. The Scots here with Chang trying to put the long throw in, trying to find the box. Ball bounces back off to Chang's foot. Chang still with possession. Gonna try to find the cross.
By Chang.
Deflected off of Harlow's hand. Cortez Cardone trying to get it back, and the Rams seem to be the ones clearing it. There's gonna be a foul there on Cortez Cardone.
I think it might have been a high kick by Cortez Cardone there.
Dangerous play, dangerous situation. Cortez Cardone cutting the Rams' offensive run. And Diller is going to take it from here, connecting with Hutt. Hutt playing through for Cortez Cardone is going to be stopped by the Rams. And the Rams now seem to be pressure into playing starting from their defenders.
Good tracking there by Matt Tarabokia. And that's going to force the ball out wide. Going to be a throw-in by Noah Martin. He'll try and find Andrew Diller. Ball will kind of skip out of bounds, yeah.
Referee is going to allow the sub here to happen without the Rams playing the ball too fast. Handelsman again with the throw-in. Handelsman being sent back by the referee to his position. Handelsman trying to find the upper part of the field. And the Scots once again forcing the Rams to back down.
And good pressure there again by Matt Tarabokia, forcing that back.
It's going to start again from Harlow all the way up. Rams now playing on the top part of the field. Ball's going to be deflected out of bounds. Still throw in for the Rams, who are going to keep possession. And we are now under 10 minutes left in this game of the CNE here at the Brigham Athletic Complex between the Gordon College Fighting Scots and the Suffolk University Rams. Ball's going to be out of bounds this time. The ball is going to go for the home team, who are trying to get a goal here and get back that lead that they had at the beginning of this first half. Cortez Cardone being tracked down, manages to get the ball up in the air. Mac Tarabokia now receiving the ball. Referee is going to call that handball, and that is going to be ball for the Rams inside their own box. The Rams starting all the possessions now with their defenders and trying to play long balls. Scots are doing a fantastic job of tracking those balls in the air. And like you said, Christy, I think the ball in the air is more predictable where it's going to land.
Yeah, I do think that is one of the only predictable things about the game. Playing on the ground, you just don't know how it's going to skip. Playing in the air, obviously, once it gets to the ground, it's going to skip, but you at least know the trajectory of the ball, and you can kind of settle it in the air and then play it again in the air. And I think that's kind of what the Scots and the Rams, I think that's kind of what's coming naturally to do.
Scots trying to play it fast here along the sideline. See the Rams now possession after that throw-in. Rams trying to play it long inside the Scots box. Adrian Cheng with the header. Rams trying to put it back inside the box. Great defensive job there by Noah Martin. Martin trying to get it up for Cortez Cardone, and he's going to be taken down.
And
there's going to be a yellow card.
That'll be on number 6, I believe.
Handelman.
For Suffolk.
Mm-hmm.
First yellow of the game there. And we now have under 7 minutes left in the game.
And we see 3 substitutions getting ready here for the Scots.
And the clock will be stopped.
As the referee is going to go indicate that the clock should be resetted. 6:52. The Rams trying to keep it in bounds. The Scots are going to kick it up the field, and it's going to stay in the field. Going to go out of bounds, throw in for the Scots.
And we're going to have 3 subs coming back in for the Scots. We're going to have
Montaño, Daru, and Cardone, Max Cardone. And that is going to take Zach Hutt, Mac Tarabokia,
and
I believe Andrew Diller. Adrian Cheng now getting ready for this throw-in. Cheng putting it inside the box, unable to find Daru. Max Cardone with the ball, tries to play it low, deflected again.
A great job keeping that low as well. That's a challenge ball to keep low.
Martin tracking that ball down fantastically.
Good step by Martin.
Not going to get to that one. Ball's going to be forced out of bounds.
It's going to stay a Scots ball.
Luca Giamatti. Now Daru playing it in the middle for Max Cardone. Cole Levis opening up for Cody Dill. Cody Dill trying to beat his opponent. Dill is going to play it short for Benny Simpson. The ball is going to get stolen by the Rams, who are now on the offensive run. Great tracking down there by Luke Lindes. Doing a fantastic job of defense. Now Daru.
And Gilbert Drew tracking all the way back to that end line there. Great job tracking there. It's going to go out for a goal kick. I think he maybe just ran
70 yards.
70
like
yards in like 10 seconds.
Just casual like that.
And now he's just jogging back.
Isaiah Diaz with 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining And we're going to have another substitution coming in here for the Scots. Alex Diaz taking off Cody Dill. And we are back with the starting lineup here at the Brigham Athletic Complex. The Fighting Scots trying to find the first win in the conference. Cole Levis deflecting it for Diaz. Diaz playing it back for Max Cardone. And Cardone trying to find Simpson. Playing it short. Simpson now with possession. Tries to play this through for Montano.
Where's Montano?
Montano sets the cross. No one to receive it inside the box. Max Cardone has it outside. Max Cardone plays it short for Daru. No one to take that shot. Cole Levis puts it up for Alex Diaz, who has an unfortunate first touch, but still manages to keep it in bounds. And that ball is going to go out. Ball for the Rams. Four minutes and a half remaining in this game. And both teams going all in. The Scots dominating a bit more in the offensive aspect. The Rams being very solid defense and the breakthrough plays. Scots still going now with the throw in. Everyone getting ready. It's going to be a free kick. Cole Levis getting ready to take it. Everyone want to be part of this. Cole Levis, ball up in the air. Cortez Cardone with the header, and the ball's going to go wide for Harlow to receive it without any complications. Harlow playing it short. And the Rams are now off to an offensive run, and that ball seems to go faster than expected, forcing Hendelman to run more.
Good step by Noah Martin there. And we're going to have two subs coming in for Suffolk.
I got to say, Christy, with the blue and gold uniforms, which I really like about of Suffolk, it's very hard to see their numbers from this distance.
Yeah, they're great uniforms. My eyesight is just not good enough to, the contrast it's not doing it for me.
Ball's going to be left for the Rams to take that shot. Deflection up.
Good step by Noah Martin there.
Noah Martin doing an absolutely great job at defense. And now playing it long for Cortez Cardone. Great
speed by Cortez Cardone. It's going to go out, going to stay. Gordon Ball. We'll have Moises Montano looking to play a quick ball to Gilbert Daru there.
Gilbert Daru playing it short for Benny Simpson. Chip over the head. No one to receive that one. And Harlow is going to be taking that one into his hands.
Cortez Cardone is going to go down.
A cramp after that run, hitting his hamstring.
And we're going to have Suffolk outside back helping to stretch him out there, which is...
Love to see that.
That's just great sportsmanship.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think that's awesome. I think when players help each other in situations of rivalry like this one, it says a lot about the player.
We'll have the trainers step on to help Cortez Cardone. So I think we'll see him probably stepping off of the field for the last 3 minutes. We'll wait for the injury to be over, then we'll be back.
And we are back. Cortez Cardone being able to walk out of the field, assisted by the athletic trainers here. Hopefully he's okay. The Scots are putting Jaden Maganti in for the last 3 minutes of this game. Now the Rams are going to have an opportunity here to throw in. Hendelman. Everyone ready to receive that. Everyone with a guy. Everyone tracking down someone. No one is left alone. Balls is up. Daru.
Good header out by Gilbert Daru.
And Isaiah Diaz tracking that ball up in the air. There's going to be a foul there on the Rams.
It was on Luke Lindos, I believe.
Isaiah Diaz now communicating with Luke Lindes. Lindes is going to be the one taking this kick. Great ball there by Lindes over the half line. Trying to find Maganti. Alex Diaz with the ball in his feet. Diaz
Patience by Alex Diaz bringing that back.
Placing it in the middle for Benny Simpson. Step by the Rams, stopping that run. Cole Levis putting it up for Montaño. Montaño settling it down. Montaño tried to control that ball, but the Rams are going to be the one taking it here. Hendelman in great step by Benny Simpson.
Step by Benny Simpson.
But the ball is going to go out of bounds, and the Rams are going to have a chance at a throw in here.
Good step by Noah Martin. Going to go out again for another Rams throw.
Rams opening up to the left side of the field. Alex Diaz tracking down. And the ball's going to go through all the way to Diaz's box. Ball going to go out of bounds. 35 seconds remaining. Scots is now or never. Luke Lindes putting the ball up.
Good ball by Luke Lindos.
15 seconds remaining. Daru. Alex Diaz.
And that will be the end of the game. Final score 1-1. Ends the first of the CNE play with a tie.
Big upset here by the Rams on the Scots. A tough one.
Great comeback, though.
Yeah, great
And
comeback.
a great shot. Well-deserved goal for both teams.
Great match. First match, conference match for the Scots and the Rams here, who are now going to move on conference starting one tie each. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for tweeting. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.